and welcome back to the Corner of Craft podcast. Once again, as always, I forgot to look up what episode number this is, so I'm just going to do that. 79. Episode 79 of the Corner of Craft podcast. How have you all been? It's been a little while since I recorded a podcast, so if you only watch my podcast, it's been a while since I saw you. Hello, I hope that you're well. I haven't actually got as much knitting done as I would have liked, but I have a new thing on the needle. I have some acquisitions because I did a bit of shopping on Saturday and they've already arrived, and we actually have a finished object, so that's all very exciting. But if you haven't been here before, hello. Like I said, my name is Hannah. I am coming at you from a overcast Nottingham here in the UK. We've had some days of very intense sunshine, but now it's cooled off a little bit. We had some rain, it's cooled off a little bit, and we've apparently got many days of thunderstorms ahead of us, so that's fun for summer, isn't it? Yeah. If you'd like to follow me on social media, links as always can be found in the description box below. I am the business owner of the Corner of Craft, where I make hand beaded stitch markers, but I also dye yarn in colours inspired by Dungeons and Dragons under the umbrella chromatic yarn. So it'd be lovely if you stuck around, hung around, and yeah, I forgot to bring my tea over. I'm off to get my tea. If you can hear a slight hum in the background, Mario, who is my husband, is a baker, and I mean that's got nothing to do with anything, but the bakery has had to close because there's been a positive COVID test among staff, and we're both tested negative, so we're fine, but he's decided to bake a carrot cake just when I need to film this, and I'm filming in the kitchen because I have a whole house, but this is a nice cozy looking nook in a corner. I don't know, I probably could have chosen somewhere else to film, but the lighting's good. There's a cute little nook, you know, there's a whole thing. But yeah, there's a carrot cake baking, so it smells delicious. So I have a new mug to share with you all. I bought another mug from Emma of Silver Spot Ceramics. She is at the Silver Spot on Instagram, and it's a donut mug. Try not to spill hot tea on me. And I love it a lot, so much. And this mug looks deceivingly small, but holds over 400 ml of liquid, so it's a lot of tea still. The tea I'm drinking today is Yorkshire Tea Biscuit Brew. It seems to be my go-to tea of the moment, but I have only just made it because I was meant to make it before I put my makeup. Yeah, make it before I put my makeup on, so I had time to cool before the podcast. But you know, sometimes I'm just not as organised as I would like, so it's still red hot, so I cannot drink it. But yeah, I hope that you're all well. I had a shop update on Saturday that went very well, so thank you everyone, and have just spent the last couple of days packaging all your orders. 6 mail sacks of orders have left the house today. The postman has been, he has collected them, and so they are all on their way to you, which is very exciting. Thank you so much to everyone who shopped the update, but I'll chat more about the shop later on. Let's talk knitting. I feel like I've been off topic, well, kind of like adjacent topic for a little bit. So finished objects. Yeah. I finished my no faded sweater and it's blocked. I made the most of the last of the sunshine yesterday, and soaked it and then spun out the excess in my little spin dryer that I've got for dyeing, and yeah, put it outside to dry, and it was dry very quickly. So this pattern is the So Faded pattern. It's by Andrea Mowry. It's traditionally a fade, multiple colour fade, but I decided to knit it out of just one colour. I didn't do the garter stitch on the shoulders, and so it's essentially just a plain raglan jumper. I made the sleeves short. We've got a shoulder length, nope, wrong part of the body, elbow length sleeve, and yeah. It's knit out of Down Sheepy Lane on her bamboo and BFL, Superwash BFL base in the Faded Woods colourway. It's very nice, very autumnal. I bought 3 skeins of it for my birthday in 2019, and yeah, I finally knit it up. I haven't tried it on yet though, but it's too warm. I don't think I'm going to want to. But it comes to about there. Oh, I went very much on my tippy toes, and it caused my ankle and my toes to click. Oh, how delightful. The collar's a bit wibbly wobbly, because it was very folded back when I finished it, and so I pinned it out to try and make it less so, but it went a bit wobbly as it dried. But you know what, we can't live in a perfect world. But it's just a basic raglan 4-ply jumper, but I just really like the shape of it. I think it's a very comfortable shape. This is the third So Faded that I have knit. The other two were fades, and I attempted a third one, but it wasn't very good, so I unpicked it. The colours didn't work together. But yeah, this one, very much enjoy, very much. So yeah, I think this is going to get a lot of wear come autumn and late summer, probably. And yes, I used less than the 3 balls that I'd bought, so I could have done longer sleeves if I wanted to, and I still have that option if the feeling takes me. But yeah, I really like it, and think that I'm going to get a lot of wear out of it. I should probably put it on and take some pictures in it at some point, but it only dried yesterday, so it wouldn't really go with my makeup today. I went a little bit OTT, went very colourful, but hey. But yes, love it. Love it, love it, love it. BFL is a slightly scratchier yarn than Merino is, but I don't seem to have a problem with sensitivity to it or anything. I mean, I would probably wear a vest under this anyway, but or a t-shirt. But yeah, it's a little scratchier than Merino is, but that's because Merino is like stroking a kitten, really. Yes. Okay, I'll put this away now. So now we move into works in progress, also known as whips. And I've just cleaned my glasses and I've just stuck my finger on them, so. I also probably need to water this plant. It's looking a little droopy. Okay, I'll do it afterwards. So after I finished my jumper, I was a little bit lost and didn't really know what to do with my life. So I decided to start attaching some more squares onto the bottom of my granny square blanket. The granny square party, it's still going on. The blanket, while the blanket is in use on the back of the sofa, it is still being added to, as you can see. I've added a few, but yeah, I've worked out the next couple of rows of colours. I just need to get back to attaching them all. So I did 4, and I did also make some new squares. So I don't have them with me because I can't remember the ones that I made, because it's been a month since I podcast. But I've made a few more squares and I've started to attach some of the ones that I had made anyway. So yeah, it's a you know, continual work in progress until I feel like it's big enough. So that blanket is made, for those who haven't watched whilst I've been making it, this blanket is made out of 4-ply scraps, fingering weight yarn scraps, and mini skeins that I have been given / bought, and I crochet them using a 2mm crochet hook, I'm pretty sure, and then I join them all together with an undyed skein of my sturdy sock base, which is a BFL nylon blend, and I just think it looks really nice. I really like it, and I'm very much enjoying seeing it grow. But yeah, so I have a couple of whips now. So living in my exploding TARDIS bag, made for me by the lovely Bernadette, the Coffee and Craft podcast. She has a creepy knitting series where she talks about true crime while she knits. It's lovely. She's on YouTube. I forgot to say, podcast notes. Podcast notes can all be found in the description box, or a link to the podcast notes can be found in the description box and also in the top pinned comment for more information about designers or anything like that. Nothing's linked to Ravelry. And yeah, if you want more information about any of the things that I talk about, check that out. So I am knitting blueberry waffle socks. I cast these on using a one-off colourway that I dyed and everyone seemed to like, and I tried to recreate and cannot recreate, but will keep trying. But yeah, this is on my merino sock base, and I have finished one sock with my little wizard friend hanging out on it. It's one of the stitch markers that I make. I don't know if I can get it to focus. Not on my face. There we go. Here he is. And yeah, so we've got the blueberry waffle sock, which is like a knit 2 rounds and then 2 rounds of knit 2 purl 2 is essentially it. It's a free pattern. I'll link it in the description box. I did a New Depths heel, Becky Sorensen New Depths heel. And yeah, this is going to be a gift for a friend. So I quite like a ribbed sock for gifts because then they're more likely to fit. And that's a good point. I'm seeing her next week, so I should probably finish them. I did 1 by 1 rib all the way around. And yes, 1 sock is complete. And then I am on to the other sock. Ooh, stab myself in the eye. I'm knitting these on 2.5mm needles and 64 stitches around. I'm using higher sharps. They are my needle du choix. And yeah, 1 by 1 rib. And then, yeah. I've turned the heel, so now I'm just onto the foot and trying to get the foot done. So, yeah, it's getting, oh, there's a lot of purple going on. I've got purple nails and purple things. And, but yeah, I just need to sit and put a chunk of time into these so I actually finish them before I see her, because her birthday was at the beginning of the month. So, yep, they're chugging away slowly, but we're getting there. It's happening. So my final whip, yes, my final whip is living in my The Little Grey Girl project bag, my donut bag. I showed it off in a vlog the other day because anyone would think I like donuts. Yes. Something I found incredibly handy was to get a little tape measure that's got a keyring attachment and attach it to your project bag, so you always know where at least one is. So I might have to see if I can get some more of these and attach them to all my project bags, because I love a drawstring project bag. I think they're my fave. So, oh, I might have a look to see if I can get some in my shop, because I think that's a handy little gadget to have. Oh, that's not anything right now. Okay, so I cast on an Everyday Slouchy Beanie by Tristan Molina, and I'm all caught up. My fiber's all caught up. Okay, fixed it. And I'm not going to talk extensively about one of the yarns that I've used because I bought the yarn before I knew, before they showed themselves to be who they are. So I'm not going to go into depth about the yarn that I'm using. But it's a lovely grey yarn, and I'm holding it together with Rowan Kid Silk Haze in like a dark grey colour. And I'm almost finished my first ball of it, and yeah, nice. And it's just going to be very snuggly and very soft. So I have about, I have my little strawberry stitch mark on here, and I have a teacup stitch mark that my friend Anna made for me, out of polymer clay, very talented. Anyway, I have about 1 inch to go from the teacup, so I must almost be there before I start thinking about doing the decreases for the crown. I forgot to do the increases on the first round after the brim, so yeah, how annoying. I'm knitting the largest size because my head is massive, and I just think this will be a very wearable, warm, snuggly hat that I will wear a lot because it's grey. Picking up the stitches for the provisional cast on was actually quite annoying because the yarn is so dark and fluffy, but I did it, so no complaints. And yeah, it's a pretty fun knit, and yeah, I'm almost at the crown decreases. I am using 3.5mm higher sharps on my interchangeable needles, 16-inch circular needles, and I will probably go up a cable size for when I need to start doing magic loop, because I can't magic loop on 16-inch circulars. I don't know who can. I don't know if anyone can, but yeah, this is my hat. This is my hat. My hat is amazing. I think it's really good. It's just a nice little slouch hat, and it's not the first one I've made. I've made myself another one, and I'm pretty sure I'll be making myself more of them because they're just so easy to wear and so soft, and they're just nice. They're just nice. Thanks, Tristan. But yeah, so that is all my whips. That's all I've got. Not a whole lot to share with you whip wise. So Selena of still knitting relate. I'm still on knitting. I've got stash acquisitions coming up, but quick Cal chat. So Selena of Through the Wardrobe Yarn Co, who is my friend, who is a Norwegian based dyer. She and I both got the new Pom Pom magazine and fell in love with the Lotus Star sweater jumper, and decided to host an informal Lodestar Cal on Instagram. So if you want to join in, as far as I know, there's no prizes or anything. It's just a little, you know, let's all knit thing. Post your pictures on Instagram using the hashtag Lodestar along and join the party. This is the wrong colour on screen. Looks much brighter on screen than it actually is. I dyed up my skeins on my BFL, my Sturdy DK base, which is 100% BFL, and it's double knit and have swatched, and I got gauge first time. And now I'm just waiting to cast it on, but I want to finish my Everyday Slouchy beanie first so I can have the 16-inch cable to cast on the neckband. I mean, I could probably magic loop it, but I like to keep my number of whips somewhat under control. But yeah, this is the colour that I'm knitting mine out of, and I can't get it to be an accurate colour. I tried to make it red, but it's not as vibrant as it's more like a raspberry, like a slightly muted raspberry colour, but it's very pretty nonetheless. But Selena and I are basically going to have matching Lodestar because she dyed hers in a very similar colour, which is also absolutely, hers is a bit more pink I think, but it's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, join the cow. Okay, let's chat acquisitions for a little bit. So I joined TikTok a while ago and then fell into the rabbit hole of TikTok. And the algorithm obviously knows me well, so it's showing me crafty things. And one of the crafty things it showed me is something called a speed weave, and it was someone that was mending a hole in their dress with embroidery thread, and it was absolutely beautiful and blah blah blah. So I was like, well, that would tell you what that would be handy for. Darning knits, because I knew I had some socks with holes in because we had moths in our old house. So I took to the internet and bought one. So I have a whole video demonstrating me using it. It's not a tutorial per se, it's just a demonstration. If you've not watched that already, I much recommend. I'll link it in the podcast notes and maybe in the pinned comment. I can try to remember to put a card in. Let's not make promises I won't necessarily keep. And yes, so I bought mine on Etsy from a shop called Mission X Goods, because when I was having a look around, Etsy and eBay were the only places that I could get them from, because various other places I was looking, they were out of stock. But then the day that I received this, the very same day, Knit With Attitude, that's the name of the shop in London, posted that they had a shipment of these in various sizes. So that's a UK based shop you can buy it from if you want to. Not affiliated in any way. So I have been doing some weaving and I have been doing some mending, and I don't have them here to show you, but I show them off in the speed weave video if you want to see. Oh god, the cake's ready. The cake is finished. We've just had a bit of a run around to get it out the oven, and Mario's playing a game that he can't pause. And anyway, the speed weave, very good, very fun. Wish I had more holes in my knits so I could mend more, basically. But, like, they're not cheap, they're not extortionately expensive, but they're not cheap. And I was a bit worried about buying one for a while, because I thought that if I bought it and then didn't use it, and then that's just a complete waste of money, and it's quite a lot of money as like a maybe I'll use it thing. But I think I'm going to use it a lot, not just on knits but also on other things that I have a hole in. But I only got a little one, so I can only mend little holes, not massive ones. But yeah, I got a 14 hook one. I talk more about it in the video. So on Saturday, it was the Wool Monty at home, because it couldn't happen because the Fly DSA arena has been made into a vaccination station. Always good. And it was also, I believe, Yarn Craft was an online show. I don't know, I didn't take part in that one. I took part in the Wool Monty at home. And yeah, thanks everyone for shopping. But the point I'm getting at is I also did a tiny piece of shopping of my own. So Helen of Giddy Yarns, I feel like I buy a lot of her yarn, I do. She does beautiful colourways. But she came out with this absolutely gorgeous colourway called Shipwrecked that I was going to buy in a lovely green colour, but she had it available for pre-order or she had it on sock sets. And then I went in and then I was trying to think, what would I knit with it? Would I wear it? Does it go with anything that I already have in stash? You know, trying to talk myself out of making a purchase essentially. So I didn't buy Shipwrecked. Hindsight, I really wish I had bought a skein of it, but you know, whatever. I'll talk to her nicely and see if at a later date, maybe when I have a yarn fund pot in my one of my bank cards. So when I spend anything, it rounds it up to the nearest whole number, and then the excess goes in the yarn fund pot. So I spent my yarn fund. Actually, I spent my yarn fund on a project bag, and this was just extra. But yeah, I was scrolling through, and then I saw that she had a colorway called Eeyore. And Eeyore is one of my favourite Disney characters, along with Tinkerbell. Not like the new Tinkerbell series, but like classic Peter Pan, a little bit sassy Tinkerbell. But yeah, that's unrelated. But this Eeyore colourway, I feel like is very me. Very me. So I bought 3 skeins of it. This is on her, it used to be called Giddy Sock base, but I don't know if her base has a name anymore. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 425 meters per 100 grams. And yeah, I don't know what it says about me that I enjoy the sassy fairy and sad donkey the most out of all the Disney characters. That's probably somebody's done a thesis on what your favourite Disney character says about your personality type. But yeah, it's a beautiful light grey, and then it's got speckles of the pink and the blue, and it's just really pretty. So I, you know, finish one jumper, buy yourself yarn to knit another one, right? It's so pretty. And I might have to talk to Helen about how she does it. She does delicate speckles very well, and I don't know how people do delicate speckles. I can't do them, but they're very pretty. And yeah, it's just like a nice bright, not like neon pink, but bright pink, and then deep blue, and it's just, it's just so nice, and a lovely light grey. They're very much my colours, very much so. So yeah, this is the colourway Eeyore, and she has various other Winnie the Pooh characters as well. And yeah. Okay, final acquisition. On Monday, I posted my vlog from Saturday and was talking about this project bag from the little grey girl. And then I went to her website to link it in the description box just in case anyone wanted it. And she also had a shop update on Saturday. So I decided to browse the shop update, maybe a mistake, thinking that, you know, anything I would have wanted would have already sold. So I wasn't doing any damage. I was just having a perusal, a research. She's a blimmin' sushi drawstring bag. I love her drawstring bags. I think they're great. I love a drawstring bag in general. This is the shape of bag that I always go for if I choose, and I love them. It's just plain grey inside, pockets and all sorts, but yeah, it's just beautiful sushi fabric. I like food-based prints. Yes. So I had to treat myself, and I find these big enough to knit to fit a sweater in. Comes with a nice little suede strap, doop, and then I can put it on my wrist as I knit. But yeah, I now have a bag for when we can go to a sushi restaurant at some point in the future, if we're ever allowed to go anywhere ever again, because Mary is self-isolating. But yeah, I'll just do it close up of the fabric so you can admire it in all its beauty. We've got some edamame. I'm not going to embarrass myself by not remembering the names of the sushi. These are my fave, these little omelette ones. Tamagoyaki. I love them. And yeah, I love it. I haven't had sushi in, oh god, it's probably been over. Oh no, we made some at home. We made some at home. But yeah, I'm just gonna briefly chat about shop news for a minute or so. So before I talk about my personal shop news, and whilst we were talking about Helen of Giddy Yarns, for the past 3 years Helen has done maybe longer, but I've only been part of it the last 3 years. That sounded awful. Anyway, you know what I mean. Has done a collaborative Advent for charity thing, whereby she selects various UK-based dyers to dye up a colourway based on a theme, and we send them all in, she puts them all together and she sells them all. And proceeds go to charity, varying charities. So this year's theme is literature, so we have to dye something based on a book, so I need to think of something D&D themed, but I guess I could base it on a D&D book. There are so many of them out there. And yeah, there's a fantastic selection of dyers. I think in previous months she's only done 12 days, but this year she's doing 24 days, so we're doubling the amount of dyers, and in each day you get a 10-gram mini skein from varying UK dyers, and there's only a limited batch available, which is super cool. And yeah, there's 24 of us taking part, which is going to be awesome, and it's a great way for you to discover new dyers around the country, blah blah blah. So they go on sale on Helen's website at 8 PM on July the 1st. I believe that's Giddy Yarns, where it's her thing. GiddyYarns.com. I'll be sure to link it in the podcast notes. But yes, July the 1st, 8 PM, GiddyYarns.com. And yeah. This is the promotional picture. I can just put it on the screen. I don't know why I'm trying to do it like that. But if you would like to snag one, there's only a limited batch available, so be quick. They always sell out super quick, so if you want one, set your alarms. So while we're talking about advent calendars, I have finally sorted out the 12 days of Stitchmas. Finally. For last year, what's my brain? Last year I was asked several times if I would ever do a stitch marker advent calendar, and I said no, because it would take me so long and it wouldn't be financially viable. It would be over £300, and I don't know who would buy an advent calendar for £300, but I mean, I'm sure somebody would, but anyway, I said no. And then I thought about doing a 12 days one, but even that would be quite expensive. So Jen of Castleview Yarns suggested me doing a 12 days of Christmas, 6 mini skeins and 6 stitch markers. Fantastic, great idea, thanks Jen. So I have finally sorted it out. The 12 days of Stitchmas is what I have fondly referred to it as. You get 6 stitch markers that have never been seen in my shop before. They're all vaguely festive. Some can be used year round, but they're all of the festive theme. And you will also receive 6 mini skeins, hopefully my merino sock base if my stockist gets it back soon. I won't sell anything that I haven't already bought in, don't worry. But yeah, my stockist has been out for a couple of months and it's really annoying. Doesn't matter anyway. So yeah, those mini skeins. And yeah, they are going to be going on sale on July the 24th at 2 PM BST, British summertime. I'm only going to be offering 30 because it's a lot of stitch markers to make. And I also have 90 other advent calendars to dye up, as well as these ones, and also 12 days of Christmas bundles, which I'm waiting on the pricing for. And yeah, it's all happening. So if you would like to snag yourself a 12 days of Stitchmas advent calendar, please set your alarm for 2 PM BST, maybe slightly before that so you have time to get onto the website and log in. Because I don't have many available, and so far I put a countdown up on Instagram in my Instagram stories, and you can click on the countdown and set a reminder, and it shows me who's set a reminder. And so far more people have set a reminder than I have advent calendars available, but I cannot physically do more than 30. Maybe next year I can, but I don't want to just become a shop that only does advent calendars, never does shop updates, because I fear that that is what I will become if I do any more. But yeah, July 24th, be there. But yes, I think that's pretty much it. So my daily life, not a whole lot has happened. My parents came today, that was lovely. The in-laws came round for Sunday lunch. That was lovely. I've seen a couple more. I've seen some friends again, which has also been lovely. It's just nice to be able to get out and about and such. We've had some nice days out when Mary has been off, but now he is self-isolating, so we can't have nice days out because he's not allowed to go out and wander around in public places. So I got my first vaccine. My arm still feels sore. I don't know if anyone else is. I mean, it's not as bad as it first was, but my arm still feels sore. I got the Pfizer vaccine on Monday and I'm currently recording this on Thursday, so I thought it would have let up by now, but it's still pretty sore. But other than that, I didn't have any side effects, other than it felt like I'd had either like an infection in my arm. Like, that's the kind of pain. It wasn't hot, it's not infected, but it was just aching, or like someone's punched me. I don't know. It still kind of aches. I'm going to stop moving it around. Not as badly as it did on Tuesday though. Yeah, I've still got all your orders packaged and they're out the door to you and they're on their way to you, so thank you very much. I have some pre-orders of colourways to dye up. That's tomorrow's job. I was hoping the nice warm weather would stick around for a bit longer so I could dye them up tomorrow. They would dry over the weekend and I'd get them shipped out to you early next week, but we shall see how quickly they dry. And yeah, I think that's everything that I've actually been up to. It doesn't feel like much. Mario and I had a nice day out in Matlock, Bath. We also went to a place called Crochet, went to a bakery there. It was nice, nice little day in the Derbyshire Dales. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to love you and leave you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you all enjoy it. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you've been up to. Have you been getting up to anything fun? What are you currently knitting? Have you made another pinky promise with me? That kind of thing. I promise that I will cast on my Loda Star by the next time I talk to you. I promise. If you'd like to follow me on social media, links can all be found in the description box below, along with the podcast notes, if you want any more information about any of the things that I've talked about. If you'd like, nope, I've already said that. Feel free to subscribe. I'm trying to upload 3 times a week. I might have to cut down to 2. I feel like my life at the moment is filming a video or editing a video, and I mean, it kind of is. So feel free to subscribe. You'll get at least 2 videos a week, if not 3. So it'd be lovely if you would stick around and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps out my channel and I really appreciate it. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.